Hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to make the highly requested base gravy. I've actually done 2 videos of base gravy. The first one was one of my first videos, so I'm just kind of going to do it a little bit better quality in terms of recording. The second one I done was for our restaurant, which was about 500 portions, and it's quite a lot for domestic home use. So what we're going to do is make the base gravy. Obviously, there's 2 steps. We're going to need all these ingredients: 8 onions, quarter of a green pepper, 1 garlic clove, plum tomato, quarter of a carrot, about a pint of water, 5 tablespoons of oil, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of cozy curry, which is just normal curry powder, half a teaspoon of jazzy jeera, which is cumin, a teaspoon of delicious dhania, which is just coriander spice, a sprinkle of garam masala, 1 tablespoon of garlic and ginger paste, 2 teaspoons of haldi, which is just turmeric. I may go up and down on the ingredients because I haven't made such a small amount. So so just bear with me if I do go up and down or anything. So we've got our onions here ready. They just need slicing up. Then we're going to blend it anyway, so it doesn't have to be too small or anything like that. It just need to cut it up, so it's just easier for us to blend, and it will melt quicker. But it doesn't have to be like really small or anything. Just needs cutting up. So yeah, I forgot to say, this should make roughly about 10 portions of 10 portions of curry. So it's going to be roughly about half a pint to 1 curry base gravy you need. But I will definitely know more towards the end when I see it. I mean, I've got quite big onions here, so I may not need 8. I'm on my 3rd one. The pot is filling up. Okay, yeah, so my pot is already about halfway, and I've only got 3 onions. I think I've only got 3 onions. I mean, the onions will go a bit smaller and they will caramelise. So I think I think 6 will be enough. So you want to kind of fill your pot up, but not too much. You want to leave some gap because you're going to add more stuff in the second stage. So this is my 6th onion, and that's kind of, I think, enough really. I don't think I need to put any more really. So here we go. That's about 6 onions. Then we've got our carrots, so about a quarter of the carrot will do. With the carrot, and about a quarter of the green pepper as well. We'll do it. So I would say about 1 teaspoon of salt. We will add a little bit more after if we need it. But yeah, you don't want to overpower it with salt too much. And then about 1.5 teaspoons of garlic ginger. And about 2 tablespoons of oil. Keep the oil there. And then you've got to put some water in. I think about a pint should do. We're going to add some more water on the second stage anyway. So you want to keep the water mainly so it doesn't sort of dry up and burn up. But it's ready now. It's going to take a while. You've got to wait for the veg to go really soft because we're going to blend it. So it could take a while. I mean, I've got quite powerful cookers. At home, everyone's cooker is different. But the main thing what you want to do is you do want to stir it throughout so the bottom doesn't get stuck at the bottom. Scrape it through the bottom with anything. Scrape it through the bottom, mix it around, and then wait for it to go very soft. It should go soft so that you can get a piece of carrot and you can just go like that and it kind of breaks off. So yeah, so we'll come back to that in about 15, 20 minutes. I think my cooker will personally take for that. Yeah, we'll come back to it 15, 20 minutes and have a look at it. Hi guys, so we're coming back to the base gravy. It's been roughly about 15, 20 minutes. I've got quite a powerful cooker, so I think it's pretty much done. Yeah, it looks done to me. I'm stabbing the carrots and they're breaking off. So I've stirred it throughout, and if you see that I've just stabbed the carrot and it's gone in half. That's what you want. You want it to be soft. And then once it's done that, you can turn your gas off. And then I've got this cute little blender. It's really cute. Our blender is like this big, but one of our friends gave me this as a domestic one. I've never seen such a small blender. So what you want to do is get a plum tomato. Somebody told me a normal tomato would do. I've never done it with a normal tomato. If you're struggling to get a plum tomato, but we've always used plum tomatoes. One plum tomato would be fine. Get some of the juice as well in there. That will give it a really nice colour. And then we used to put cream, and I know a lot of people put cream, but we've gone very vegan friendly, so we don't put any cream in our base gravy. But you might see others putting cream in there. If you're vegan, don't put any cream in. I'm now blending this. So you wanna blend it so that it's got completely no hard bits. It's just a sauce, as you can see. Okay, so we've blended it, so it should be quite thick. We're going to add some water, so it's going to even it out. So this isn't going to be your finished thickness. So it's fairly thick, sort of like a stew, sort of like a stew thickness. Then, if you put it on low gas, and then I'm estimating roughly about another pint of water. Yeah, definitely another pint of water. That's perfect. And then we're ready for our spices. So we've got another teaspoon of our haldi, which is just turmeric. And then you've got one of our delicious dhania, which is just coriander spice. Garam masala is very strong, just a sprinkle. Just a sprinkle of garam masala is enough. And then you've got a cozy curry, which is just normal curry powder. You want to put more of this in, so about 2.5. Then you've got a jazzy jeera, which is cumin. Cumin is very strong. If you put too much, it'll be very, very bitter. So what you want to do is just about half a teaspoon of jazzy jeera cumin spice. Should be enough. And you want to let the spice blend in now. So let that cook for a little bit. If it is too thick, you can add a little bit more water. It should be sort of not so thick as a curry, because when you do cook a curry with the base gravy, it will get slightly thicker. So, but it shouldn't be watery. If it's watery, it's going to be it's going to take you a long time to get the curry back thicker. So nice thickness. I mean, it depends. Some people like their curry really thick. Some people like it really thin. So just think how you like your curry and a little bit less. Because when you re-cook it again with the chicken or the lamb, it will thicken up again. So we'll give that about five minutes on slow gas. It doesn't burn the spice. Slow gas just to cook in. And before you put the spice in, I did taste it. It should taste a little bit bland because you're going to put other things in after, but slightly salty as well before I put the water in. So when I put the water in, it will dilute, and then it will dilute further when we make the curry. So we're letting the spice bubble up, and as you can see, you've got these, I think from the water, you've got this kind of like white bubbles. That will disappear. So what you want to do is mix it, keep mixing throughout, and don't put the next step in till all this has disappeared. It should be bubbling hot, and it will disappear. So after a few minutes of putting the spice, about 10 minutes, it's bubbling up a lot. So you can see it's completely bubbled up. There's no white bits in there that you saw previously. You want to make sure you get rid of any white bits. That will go as it heats up. So that's heated up now, and that looks fine. Once it's complete, we've just got one last little stage left. I'm just going to pop that base gravy here. Okay, so this is the last stage. We just need a non-stick pan, some oil, just a little bit of oil. I think I put slightly too much there, but it's fine. So we've just got a clove of garlic. You just want to cut that into small pieces. Cut into very small pieces. For us as a restaurant, that size is alright because we make a big pot, but because we're making a small amount, just want to cut it up. Just one clove is perfectly fine. And then what you want to do is just put it in here, let it cook. As soon as it goes a bit goldeny brown, as you see, that's gone goldeny brown very quickly because it was heated up. Yeah, and then you just pour it onto here. You just pour it into your gravy. Pour it into your gravy and then mix it around. And there you have it, guys. Your base gravy done. This is going to do about 5-6 portions. And you can store it in the fridge. I know a lot of people freeze it as well, so whenever they decide what curry they're going to have, they bring the base gravy out. I've never froze it, to be honest. As a restaurant, obviously, we can't freeze it, but plenty of people have done it and talked, and they make a big batch and leave it, so they're not having to redo it. But there you go, one base gravy, and that's a family recipe that's been in my family for over 42 years.